Every business owner that's tried advertising on Facebook or Instagram ads gets unqualified leads because they're missing one thing and one thing only. And that's why they get a bunch of unqualified trash leads that never convert into customers, because they're missing one thing, and that is social proof. With retargeting ads, we always use video testimonials because that's typically what pushes people over the edge right away. And the reason is because what other people have to say about your business means 100 times more than what you have to say about your own business. People look at you like you're biased when you're like, oh, I'm the best in town, I'm the expert that you need. They're like, scam, or like that's unbelievable. Everybody says they're the best. But when other people on video that you've helped, like customers in the past that have had a great experience with you, are saying great things about you, and that's on a retargeting ad that's been following them around, now they start to consider what working with you actually looks like. So most people get trashy leads because they either fail to follow up consistently, they have no content that they've been building on, and they don't have any social proof of other people talking about their business on camera. So this is how we're able to get a lower cost per lead, and on top of that, get higher qualified leads because they keep getting hit with your ads. They keep seeing you again and again and again. And this is what turns people into pre-qualified leads and almost pre-closed before they even come into your business or before they even reach out to you. And it's exactly what I do for clients. First, we start with a foundation of content for minimum 30 days. What this does for us is it shows consistency, because people will look at your ad and then they'll click on your profile and check you out and see if you're legit. And when they see that foundation of content that you've already built over time, and you have minimum 30 days worth of video content on your profile, then they know, okay, this person's legit, they've been consistent with their video content, they're giving away value, they're talking like an expert, they must know their stuff. When you have that foundation, it makes things so much easier. And then on top of that, when you're giving away the free stuff that most people charge money for, that most people keep a secret, they gravitate more towards you because you're not stingy with the information that most people charge money for. And then on top of that, when you retarget them with an ad that is social proof based, very psychological, as far as triggering them to have curiosity and to check you out, meaning you have video testimonials playing as retargeting ads, following your potential customers around on social media, now they are more trust and more open. They feel more trustworthy towards you. They feel like they can actually trust you in what you're saying because other people are talking about you. And they're more open to what you have to offer them. This is exactly how we're able to get a lower cost per lead, more leads in the door that are higher qualified and higher quality leads than if you were to just post random ads thinking you're gonna get a return. When in most cases, that doesn't happen. Most people lose money advertising on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok, Google Ads, because they don't have step number one out there finished. They don't have step number one as the foundation. First, you need the foundation of content, and that foundation of content, let's say 30 days worth of video content, may not give you instant results, but what it does for you is it sets the foundation, it gets you off on the right track to when now you start advertising, people have seen you consistently, or if they've never seen you before and they're seeing an ad from you for the first time, then they click on your profile and now they see that you've been posting for quite some time. They're like, okay, this person's legit, they've been posting for a while, they might be it right now for me or they might not. And if they put you off and then they see you a week later with a retargeting ad, then they're gonna be like, okay, I checked this person out before, they seemed legit last time I checked them, and now they're hitting me with another ad of someone else raving about their business. Let's check them out again. And it's another opportunity, it's another open window for them to get back in your funnel and go through that process again to eventually become a customer. So, video content, the foundation, and ads work very well together when you do them correctly. And you have to have the right type of video content as your foundation in order for the ads to work. And in order for the content to work, you need to make sure that you got the right type of ads as well. And this is what clients are always asking me on how we can improve the quality of their content and the quality of their ads, which then leads to better qualified leads and a better return on advertising investment. So most people will want to advertise, but they want a quick return. You have to realize that even when you're advertising on Facebook or Instagram ads or even Google ads, even though you're putting money in, it still takes some time for it to build and for you to get a return. It's not a quick investment, a quick, rich, quick scheme that ads work as. It's not a quick, rich, get rich quick scheme that you put $1 into Facebook ads and then next week you're gonna right away get the money back, right? You have to be patient with it and not try and rush the process, because when you rush the process, it typically fails and it's not even scalable. That's why we make sure that we have that foundation of content first, because that's the base. And then even when we're advertising, we gotta make sure that we're being patient with that too, because if you're even trying to rush that process, it typically fails faster than if you're just kicking back, you're putting money into advertisements and you're not even thinking about it. And the next thing you know, you got this big snowball effect of momentum that kicks in. And that's really where we see the money just come in like crazy, because when you're not thinking about it and you're just putting in the inputs, it surprises you with a big snowball effect of qualified leads because you've been doing the right things over time. And when momentum hits with qualified leads that are just coming in on automatic, it is the best feeling ever. So right now you may be thinking, okay, that sounds great and all, but like, where do I start? Well, the first thing we do with clients when we're helping them with their video content and with their advertisements on either Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Google ads is we always first start with the brand that they have. What is it that is the base of their business as far as content goes? Well, minimum, we want at least 30 days worth of video content. And the top videos that are gonna help you the most as far as video content goes is one, social proof. Social proof will always be the number one key indicator whether your ads are gonna work or not. If your ads have a lot of social proof and they have value that you're giving in those ads, then you're gonna get a lot of people on your side. But you want to focus on social proof as much as possible, which is why people lose a lot of money from ads, is because they typically don't have enough social proof. They don't have enough video testimonials. They don't have a folder of a bunch of video testimonials that they've collected over time. And when you do this over time, it works so much better than if you're the one that's on camera trying to convince people why they should buy from you through an ad. Look, I used to cold call businesses a lot when I first got started. I used to cold call businesses, bugging them to, get on a sales call with me and to possibly buy my service. And I always got a lot of people hanging up on me, a lot of people rejecting me, so much rejection. It was probably 95% rejection that I had to go through, dialing minimum 100 leads a day. And I'd literally wake up and the first thing that I would do is cold call. I mean, at first I brushed my teeth, obviously, and then I would cold call. And I would get 95% rejection. Why? Because the people that I was calling had no trust in me. So what does this foundation of content do for your business? It may not get you instant business right away, and you may feel like you're wasting your time. because you're like, dude, I'm not getting any leads from this free content that I'm putting out. I'm not getting anything right away. Well, you got to be patient with it, because what this does is sets the foundation, sets the base for the next step, right? And when you set the base and you set the foundation correctly, then the next step becomes even easier. And then the next step after that becomes even easier. So focus on social proof as much as possible, and I promise you it'll get easier and easier over time. And you want to make sure that not only are you getting Google reviews or any type of reviews from your customers, but you want to make sure that you're getting video testimonials as much as possible, even if it's just you on Zoom interviewing that customer. This is going to help you 100 times more than if you go door to door, than if you cold call, because the number one thing in business, in order for you to actually get followers from social media and turn them into leads and then into customers, is trust. The more trust you have with the more content you have out there, consistency of that content, the more trust you're gonna have, and the more people will start gravitating towards you naturally, because they will have no other option but to trust you because they keep seeing you on social media. And this is what turns people that have no follower base, they have no presence online, to authorities that become the go-to experts, the local celebrities for that niche, for that space. And people just start gravitating towards those people that are very consistent because there's trust there. They keep seeing the same content and in different ways. And which is why I'm making content right now, right? I'm planting my seeds for the harvest to grow. And in most cases, people don't realize that it comes down to a lot of consistency, but that consistency pays off over time. And when you start raising that trust factor in the people that are following you and they know something about you and they keep seeing you time and time again, when you begin to run ads on Meta, now you're offering them something, right? Now the trust is there, so now they're more open to your offer. And when we retarget them with even more ads, we're literally putting gasoline on the fire, even more gasoline now with retargeting ads. They typically get pushed over the edge and they're like, all right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's buy it. I've seen enough. It typically takes a watch time of minimum 6 hours or more for people to now trust you and to be like, all right, I've seen enough of their stuff. I'm ready to hop on a sales call, or I'm ready to have a conversation of buying. Because typically when people reach out to you and they're asking a lot of questions and they're typically ready to buy, they will reach out to you with that in mind. Okay, I'm ready. I've seen enough. And when you start getting that momentum, all these leads just coming to you, pre-qualified and ready to go, it is the best feeling ever. And I've seen it happen time and time again with my advertising clients. When we advertise so much and we put so much out there that now the followers are converting into leads, and those leads are just pre-qualified and pre-closed when it's time to have a sales conversation. And it just builds. It's that snowball effect that kicks in, and boom, sky's the limit from there. So if you have any questions as far as what type of video content should I be posting, or what type of ads should I start with, or what should my retargeting ad talk about, or what should it be about, or what are the top 3 things that I should do with my website to make sure that the people that hop on the website actually convert into leads, let me know, drop me some questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them and help that strategy be applicable to you and your business. Because trust me, it's not as hard as you think, but as soon as you have the winning strategy implemented in your business over time and it's consistent, sky's the limit from there. You really have no limit on how many leads you can get in the door coming to you, and making sure that it's just rinse and repeat, and you're getting leads and they're all qualified. Then that's really where momentum just is your best friend. And you can literally put $1 in, get 3 out. And sometimes it's even $1 in, you get 5 out. And sometimes you may 10x that. I had a general contractor that he had no online presence whatsoever. And we implemented this strategy in his business. And we were able to turn $1,500 of ad spend and 10x it in 15 days. And we were able to get over $15,000 in of sales from just $1,500 spent on Facebook ads. And really, it wasn't even a full month that we were already working together. But when you have the right strategy in place, sky's the limit. You really can get a limited amount of leads in the door, having the right things in the right position. So drop me any questions that you have. I'm never stingy with game. I'm happy to share all I know as far as what I've done with clients, the wins that I've seen, the mistakes that I've seen, the mistakes that I've made as far as advertising goes. And most people think that Facebook ads don't work because it didn't work for them. But what if they weren't doing the right thing in the first place? Well, that's when you really start to ask, do Facebook ads not work, or did they not work for you, right? Because Facebook ads are working for a lot of advertisers, but how come they didn't work for you? You must not have the right strategy in place. Drop me any questions that you have, and let's get the right strategy implemented into your business. All right? Good luck.